The boiling point of a liquid can be determined using a Thiel tube apparatus. A Thiel tube is a glass tube with a specially designed sidearm that is filled with a high boiling oil to a level just above the top joint of the sidearm. When the oil in the sidearm is heated, using a Bunsen burner, convection currents are produced that maintain a uniform temperature in the entire volume of the oil. To introduce a sample into the Thiel tube, you will first need to slide a rubber neoprene fitment onto the thermometer. This will allow you to securely clamp the thermometer into place. A 10 × 75 milliliter test tube is then attached to the thermometer with an elastic band, such that the bottom of the test tube is aligned with the bottom of the thermometer bulb. When attaching the test tube to the thermometer, ensure that the elastic band is positioned close to the top of the test tube. This will ensure that the rubber band does not come into contact with the oil during heating. The liquid, whose boiling point is to be determined, is then placed into the test tube using a Pasteur pipette. A short piece of capillary tubing, sealed at one end, is then dropped, open end down, into the liquid sample. This unit is then inserted into the Thiel tube, clamped such that the elastic band is well above the level of the oil. This is because the oil will expand upon heating, and if the elastic band comes into contact with the heated oil, it will break, allowing the sample to fall into the oil. Heating of the Thiel tube should not be rapid. Continually fan a blue Bunsen burner flame along the bottom length of the side arm. As the oil and contents of the test tube begin to heat up, one will first observe a short stream of bubbles emerging from the bottom of the capillary tube. This is due to the expansion of the air that was initially trapped in the capillary. Heating is continued until a rapid and constant stream of bubbles is observed. This occurs at the boiling point, when the vapor pressure of the liquid exceeds atmospheric pressure, and gaseous sample forms on the surface of the mouth of the capillary. At this point, heating may be stopped. As the sample cools, its vapor pressure drops and the stream of bubbles will slow down and eventually stop. At the point where the liquid enters the capillary, the vapor pressure of the liquid is assumed to have dropped just below the atmospheric pressure, and the temperature at this point is recorded as the boiling point of the sample. To repeat a measurement, one should wait for the temperature to drop by at least 20 degrees Celsius and make sure there is enough sample remaining in the test tube. Ideally, one should use a new sample and also replace the capillary tube. Literature boiling points are usually given for sea level. Due to the high altitude of Calgary, the average atmospheric pressure is much lower than that at sea level. This necessitates correction for boiling points greater than 50 degrees Celsius.